I can take my glasses off. Nah, it's bright as hell in here. Okay, the sun is going crazy right now, so we're gonna keep the hat. Okay, I'm inside, but there's like skylights and it's really, really bright in here. So you can see the box, man. We're back at Crumbl for their new weekly lineup. Now, I always say I'm only gonna go when there's something interesting. I feel like this lineup is interesting. I got tagged in it a bunch of times. You know, I appreciate all the tags. People want to see Crumbl. You already know what it is, so let's get into it. We got the 6-pack here. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you what the 6-pack is and unveil it. So there we go. One of the biggest things for me, I always say, is that one thing Crumbl's gonna do is that they're gonna have some cakes and pies for that ass. So secret menu brookie pie and the Biscoff pie, you know I was finna show up. Also, that Chips Ahoy one does look kind of fire. I think this is gonna be a good lineup. So without further ado, man, let's get into this video. I do have to say some disclaimers like I always do. The mall, the way the seating is in here, you can either go outside with loud music and incredibly bright, or I can be inside where it's not that loud music, but we do have a kids playground that's right over there. And anybody with kids know, you get them toddlers, but they screaming in the background. So if you hear them, you hear them. Not that I give a crap, but people always like to be, what is that in the background? That's what it is. Okay, I'm doing this one first because this came fresh out of the oven. This is the brookie pie. It's on the secret menu. When I got there, she had 5 cookies when she handed me the Narcos Crumble deal like they always do. And she's like, we're all out of the brookie pie. So can you pick another one, please? The other employee comes from the back and she's like, oh, those just came out the oven. Can you wait 5 minutes? I said, hell yeah. So this is warm in my hand, bro. Like, I don't know what's on this because they don't tell you what the secret menu is. They don't say nothing. I don't care though. This looks crazy. Yeah. I don't even think I need a spoon for. Oh, this is crazy, bro. They should sell these fresh. This is, damn. It's gooey as hell. It's crumbling. But look how gooey that is. Y'all should not be allowed to sell these at room temperature like that. Because that right there, the chocolate chips are melted. There's a ton of them in there. Look at that. There's no way to ask for this fresh, but if you can, reheating won't do the same thing. The top is, hold on, one more bite. This is crazy good. Man, the top is like that mousse that they always do. It tastes like just straight up vanilla. But what makes this, let me give you a cross section real quick, just to show you. Look at that. That's award winning. That's a 9.4 out of 10. It was really one of the best things I've had from Crumbl, like ever. That's really good. And for people who are wondering, I have given out 110 at Crumbl. It was the Reese's peanut butter, like s'mores cookie. It was the one I did outside over there. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember it being fire. Bro, that kid screaming is like nails in a chalkboard. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's like every 2 minutes. But if y'all ever had toddlers, but they scream all the time when they run. You know what I'm saying? They having fun, I don't really care, but every time I'm like, all right, so let's get to the national lineup right here. So this is the Biscoff pie. Let me grab my cheat sheet so I know what I'm reading. A Biscoff infused cream cheese pie filling served on a crunchy Biscoff crust, thank you. Finished with a pool of smooth Biscoff spread, thank you again. Dollops of fresh whipped cream and a Biscoff cookie. Thank you 3 times. Look at the top, oh man. Let me make sure I get that crust in here. Look at that crust bite. The one, if I went in public near a Whole Foods, I'd get up right now. The one thing they finna do is they finna put together, all right, some cakes and some pies for that ass. Every time I have Biscoff stuff, including the last time I was here, I said, this is very good, but I wouldn't be mad if you turned up the Biscoff. They turned this up to the max. Everything is Biscoff. The pie filling, the top, the crust, the cookie, yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's tough to put this down, bro. That had me crying on a treadmill. That is the second 10 I'm giving out of Crumbl. That's crazy. That is crazy good. Damn. All right, next up is the monster cookie, the blue monster cookie. They always have things like this called a cookie monster at a lot of ice cream places. So it's a pretty cool play on that. It's a brown sugar semi-sweet chocolate chip cookie with Chips Ahoy cookie pieces, and then they top it with this creamy blue vanilla frosting and a mini Chips Ahoy cookie. I don't know if y'all be able to hear this in post. But every time that kid screams, I lose my concentration. I got little nephews, and they never stop. They don't run out of energy, and they don't stop screaming. It's crazy. I love kids though, but like sometimes it's like like anybody with kids would be able to tell you the same thing, bro. It'd be like, how are you not out of voice yet? But they are funny as hell, man. Here we go. It's crazy because I don't know, it's because they added the brown sugar. I think their chocolate chip cookies are some of the best things I have. This is a lot chewier than their normal cookie. What? Damn, huh? That's just crazy. Let me get my thoughts. I don't like this as much as I thought I would. I don't think it, I just feel like it was okay with the brown sugar chocolate chip cookie. But then you add that vanilla frosting on the top and it's just too much. But again, I know that that's a preference thing. Some people like really, really sweet crumble cookies. I just don't. It's too much for me with the frosting. I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. Like, I almost don't want to even try these cookies after that. That was a lot. A lot of sweet for me. Next up is the raspberry butter cake cookie. I remember the butter cake cookie I had a while back. That was the one I did at my studio. But this is a soft butter cake cookie infused with a burst of raspberry, finished with a buttery glaze, silky raspberry topping, and a swirl of creamy white buttercream. I know the cookie itself is good, and I like raspberry, so I have high hopes for this one. I need to get in here to get a little more of that. I like the tart. I love sweet and tart. That's one of my things. It's got tart and the sweet, but then that buttercream kicks in, so it's rich too. It almost comes across like a pie because of that. I wish they would have added more of this raspberry to it because it's not in the edges. But when I get to the middle, this is an 8 out of 10. Just the middle part. The outside, I gotta dip. If you dip it, then it'd be good. But overall, still a very good cookie. Ah, good, man. That sweet, anything raspberry or lemon or berry with that tart and sweet, key lime. The older I get, the more I enjoy it. Next up is the churro cookie. This is a warm cinnamon cookie topped with a swirl of smooth cinnamon buttercream and a dusting of cinnamon sugar. I feel like I've had this one, but I can't remember. I know I had something similar at the very least. It's all coming back to me now. The churro top is excellent, and the cookie isn't bad. It's just, if I can do this to my cookie, I'm just not a fan. You see how it's just, again, some people like that. I'm just not one of them. But I remember saying, I love the way this tastes. I just wish they put it in the oven more. Because the churro, it's on a bunch of stuff they have here. That buttercream with the cinnamon sugar is really good. But I know I do this every time, but I be trying to explain to people, and I feel like you don't need to agree with me, you just need to understand. See how doughy that is, bro? That's super doughy. Super doughy, but that part, and if you stick to the edges, that's doughy as hell. Look how doughy that is, bro. Some people like that, I just don't. I don't find that, personally. So, even though it is that, I'm still gonna give this a 7. Because the taste is there. It's just too doughy for me. And I tried to bake these more, and it doesn't work at Crumbl for whatever reason. And I remember seeing this last year, but there were no Crumbles near me at the time, so I never got to try it. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So at first I get to try it. This is the Benson Boone's Moonbeam Ice Cream Moonbeam. Let's try that again. This is the Benson Boone's Moonbeam Ice Cream Cookie. It's a magical, mythical, chilled chocolate cookie packed. Can they please stop with the alliteration here and all this messing it sound like I got a speech problem? It comes cookie packed with cookies and cream pieces, crowned with vibrant moonbeam ice cream inspired lemon, berry, and marshmallow toppings, and finished with a sweet white drizzle and a final sprinkle of cookies and cream. That's it. I don't know how I read that as fast as I did, because there's too many words that clash. Anyway. I'm gonna keep this on mute. It's lemon, berry, marshmallow, and chocolate. And that just doesn't go. There's a cookie doughy. Yes, it's chilled. It's a little weird. I don't like that at all. Eee. Hell, those flavors just don't go for me. As I was reading it, I was like, I don't have high hopes. But lemon, chocolate, cookie doesn't go well. Lemon chocolate cake does, but not that. That gets a 1 out of 10. Usually that's one bite, and I'm out. But overall, I had high hopes for this lineup. And the 2 pies are excellent. And then I like the raspberry tart. Churro was decent. The other 2 are the only ones I'm not a fan of. But like I said before, if I wasn't doing this for a taste test, I'd probably walk in there and just get 3 brookies and 3 Biscoff pies and call it. But let me kids crazy. Let me go on and do my thing. Not exactly optimal to film in this mall right now for whatever reason, because all the people are outside in the cheap seats that are like away from the sun beaming on my head, which isn't the best, but we still get it done. I appreciate y'all for watching. You know there's no outro on this channel. This thing though, outro this. Take another bite.